On March 7, 2019, I published my book, Woke, in which I call out Helen Keller for her white privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a prophet amongst us, and you could have full access for free. That's right, free. What a great price. Turns out it's the same price as subscribing to my channel. So do it. The prophet is Andrew Doyle, aka Titania McGrath, the best account in Twitter history. Why is it so good? It's hilarious. A social justice warrior, feminist satirical account, and goddamn is it prophetic. Let's get into it. For purposes of this video, the pronouns we're going to use for Titania are she. Titania McGrath, activist, healer, radical intersectionalist poet, non-white, ecosexual, pronouns variable, selfless and brave. Buy my books. You see, she sounds real. I'm going to show you a couple tweets so you can get a little sense of what she is, and then I'm going to show you why she's a prophet. Santa is a symbol of white patriarchy. He enters the home, the womb, via the chimney, vaginal canal, to deposit his gifts, sperm. Santa is a rapist. Christmas is violence. Hashtag Happy Kwanzaa. You call it Christmas, I call it the mass genocide of innocent turkeys in service of an oppressive patriarchal cult. One more tweet. Using Shetland ponies as stepladders is a disgusting and all too common form of speciesism and anthropocentric oppression. We need to publicly shame and cancel this little fascist. I agree, fascist. And now, let me show you why she's a prophet. Let's begin with part 1. Titiana's predictions, part 1. On December 22nd, 2018, I called for biological sex to be removed from birth certificates. On December 17th, 2020, the New England Journal of Medicine concurred. Here's the tweet. We should remove biological sex from birth certificates altogether to prevent any more mistakes from being made. And here we are now. We believe that it is now time to update the practice of designating sex on birth certificates because we're woke. Titiana's predictions, part 2. On October 1st, 2019, I suggested that young women should be encouraged to travel alone in rural Pakistan. On October 12th, 2019, Forbes magazine concurred. White parents! If you really want to prove that you're not racist, you should send your teenage daughters on unaccompanied walking holidays in the tribal regions of North Pakistan. White Pakistan should be on every solo female traveler's bucket list. This is getting good now. Titiana's predictions, part 3. On September 19, 2018, I criticized Julie Andrews, aka Mary Poppins, for chimney suit blackface. On January 28, 2019, the Communist New York Times concurred. Here's a tweet. A lack of diversity in the acting industry is nothing new. Here's an old photo of Julie Andrews applying blackface for a production of Porgy and Bess. Here we have a guy answering, not knowing this is a parody account. She wasn't playing blackface. She was covered in chimney suit. How about you watch the movie before you make a post? And now we have the Communist New York Times. Mary Poppins and the nanny's shameful flirting with blackface. Part 4. On March 7, 2019, I published my book Woke, in which I argued that skyscrapers are oppressive phallic symbols. On July 6, 2020, The Guardian concurred. Capitalism, after all, is a singularly male phenomenon. The ultimate symbol of capitalism, the skyscraper, is nothing more than a giant cock on the horizon fucking the heavens. What a writer, huh? The Guardian. Upward thrusting buildings ejaculating into the sky. Do cities have to be so sexist? Jesus Christ. Part 5. On January 22nd, 2019, I called for the Oscars to prioritize diversity. On June 12, 2020, the Academy concurred. I decided to award new intersectional Oscars to ensure diversity triumphs over merit. The categories include Most Feminist Picture, Most Woke Screenplay, Least Predatory Male, Gayest Sound Editing, Fattest Supporting Film, Bravest Vegan in a Trans Black Role. Oscars announced new diversity and inclusion plans. Part 6. On June 6, 2019, I demanded an option to mute white males. On July 14, 2020, Instagram concurred. Twitter should come with an option to automatically mute all straight white males. Instagram features new mute white people sticker. Imagine if it was reversed. Mute black people. What would happen? I'm just wondering. Part 7. On August 29, 2018, I urged parents to give their newborn babies numbers instead of names. On May 6, 2020, Elon Musk concurred. We should give all newborn babies numbers rather than names until they are ready to determine their own gender identity. I'm not even going to try and pronounce Elon Musk's kid name. It's not real. Part 8. On May 2nd, 2020, I criticized the NHS for appropriating the LGBTQ rainbow flag. On May 6, 2020, 4 days later, Forbes magazine concurred. The great tragedy of this pandemic is that children throughout the UK have been indoctrinated into appropriating the LGBTQA+ flag. Never mind the virus, we need a vaccine for bigotry. Should the LGBT community call out the appropriation of rainbow flag for NHS? My God. Part 9. On December 21st, 2018, I wrote an article to endorse fighting with relatives during the holiday season. On November 28, 2019, The Nation concurred. I will never forgive myself if I don't have a full-blown punch-up with my grandmother over Brexit on Christmas Day. This Thanksgiving, it's time to fight with your relatives. You might not like conflict, but if you choose to break bread with Trump supporters and climate change scenarios because you happen to be related to them, then conflict is required. Part 10. On March 7, 2019, I published my book, Woke, in which I call out Helen Keller for her white privilege. On December 15, 2020, Time magazine concurred. Consider, if you will, the example of a white American author, Helen Keller. Even though she was left deaf and blind following an illness as a baby, she still managed to study for a degree, write 12 books, and travel the world to give lectures. This kind of privilege is staggering. Co-founding the ACLU, fighting for labor rights, and other Helen Keller accomplishments students don't learn in school. And now the prophecies are over, but one more tweet I want to show you. Double counting block votes is the only way to overcome racism. So long as this doesn't apply to those black people who voted for Trump, who are clearly white adjacent scumbags that won't do what they're told. Linking to an article by The Nation, the votes of black Americans should count twice. So as you can see, Andrew Doyle, Titania McGrath, finds the radical lunacy based in reality and brings it to light in a satirical manner. But we're living crazy times, so her satire is quickly becoming reality. Titania McGrath's or Andrew Doyle's book, Woke, was so good at tricking people who believed that stuff, that ideology, that she was being genuine, that it was displayed in bookstores with other anti-racist and woke books. Incredible. These people who actually believe this stuff are so indoctrinated into the ideology that they can't differentiate between satire and reality. Sadly, the satire is becoming reality though. And I wonder if the people who read it say, oh, that's a good idea, and then write an article about it, like the skyscrapers. I mean, it had to be a person who read the book and took it seriously and then wrote an article. I don't know how someone could come up with that. It's crazy. But, you should follow him or her on Twitter. And while you're at it, follow me too. Same name, Gaston the Ginger. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. It's free. See you next time.